Well, hello everybody. Coach and I are at the NTEA Work Truck Show. It's the last day. It's very quiet.
Oh, extremely quiet. We can almost hear the echo.
Exactly. And we are bringing you a special for this week. It is the St. Patrick's Day special of Why We Are Lucky. We're going to cover all the different ways that we're lucky in commercial and fleet. Us, you, the industry, everything. Anything you want to add before we get moving?
No, just the fact that, we are very lucky. Right now, it's fascinating what's happening in the passenger car side, the consumer side, which we'll touch on, and the good news on the commercial side. This is absolutely fantastic. So, without further ado, Will.
And we've been lucky to be here and meet everybody that we did.
Absolutely.
Shake a lot of hands and do a lot of networking. So
productive 2 days. I highly advise anybody who hasn't gone to the NTEA, the National Truck Equipment Association meeting, to be here, because it's amazing the number of contacts you make. We've actually picked up a lot of new business, and we got to see a lot of old friends, which is great. Nobody ever gets out of this industry. You're trapped for life. You just go someplace else.
That's it.
So it's amazing.
That's it. So the first thing we're going to touch on is why most of you, the viewers, are lucky to be on the commercial and fleet side of the automotive business. Really, in my view, the best thing is the fact that it's a process versus an event. I know it's a cornerstone of things we touch on all the time, but share why they're lucky for those that are maybe new to this and watching us for the first time.
Yeah, on the retail side, you get one shot. I mean, someone comes in the dealership, you do your sales pitch, you do your four square. If I could, would you? And they buy, they don't buy. If they leave, your chances go down monumentally. The great thing on our process, why we're lucky, is every call you make, you actually increase. So literally, the longer it takes them to buy, the better your chances are, provided that you follow up, you stay in touch, and that you go back again and again and again.
Nothing works unless you do, it's saying we have all the time.
Yeah. And the other big thing and why you're lucky is retail sales are getting ready to take a dramatic dip. It's already happened because of so many people buying cars. We've had 3 record years on the consumer side of the business. And we now have these portals that have opened up.
That we're going to touch on in segment 2, aren't we?
I thought this was segment 2.
So you mentioned the portals, which leads into our second topic, and that is why we're lucky as an industry, just as a whole, to be on the commercial and fleet side versus retail. And those portals are a big reason why.
Yeah, they really are. If I just mention these names, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. TrueCars.com, Cars.com, CarGuru.com, Carvana.com, Edmunds, Kelly, they're all getting into the comparison game. They create a portal. They go to your dealership and say, hey, we're going to do national advertising.
Right.
And if you want to be a part of that, you need to sign up for our program. Problem is you have to give the lowest price possible, even loss leaders, in order to drive traffic in. And because of that, the profit on the retail side has squeezed down to nothing. And dealers will tell you that.
And we've talked with a lot of people here even about that very topic. And one of the things that they came back with is, if you're going to get into commercial and fleet, get in now. So if you're one of these dealerships that maybe went to a launch meeting or something and is considering jumping in, now's the time. Do it now.
Well, absolutely. And that's another reason you're lucky. And
yes.
Because you have the ability to start from scratch. We see so many people starting out incorrectly in this business. They get in commercial and fleet for 6 months and they're out. That's why we go into dealerships for 6 months, a year, sometimes 2 years, and help them nurture and grow that business. So I guess you're really lucky if you have us.
Yeah, hey, there you go. So the last segment we want to do for this one is why we are lucky to be able to work with people like you that are watching this. And I'd like to start in that,
please.
First of all, lucky to work with you, which is kind of obvious.
Of course.
We had somebody call him the second only to Jesus earlier today, which I thought, or earlier this week, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
not
also,
true, obviously.
But also just, and I know you're going to elaborate on this more certainly, but the relationships that we have with so many people across so many different areas of this industry, different companies that are coming to mind, different people, and I won't go into a long list, but It's great that they become, know, like, and trust, like you talk about all the time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Get to know them, get to like them, get to trust them. Then they become your friend. And then when you meet them in places like this, a lot of times we're not even talking about the industry. We're talking about things that we're, doing in each other's lives. And that, to me, is really cool, and that's left a great impact, and I feel lucky to be part of it. So, how about you?
Yeah, it comes down to this. We're lucky to have such great relationships. This is a relationship business.
Right.
It's amazing that I can walk up to Ed Pieper and we can hug and talk about a variety of things, who's head of fleet commercial at General Motors, Tim Tesmer, Business Link, the guys at Mercedes, the Nissan, Travis Duncan I hadn't seen in a while. He's one of their
Ford.
fleet guys, Ford, with John
Isuzu.
Rupert, Al McDonald, Isuzu, one of my favorite people, Michael Kennedy. It's just amazing what you come after. We're not finished yet. It's Friday, and I still need to go shake hands with Bo Nampide, one of our good partners in the industry. It's just amazing, and people I haven't seen. I haven't seen Charlie Mason. There's a ton of people I wanted to see, and I haven't even gotten to all of them. So it's wonderful. This is a relationship business, and people call you on the strength of that relationship.
Right.
It's just absolutely amazing. We're blessed.
Very much, very much. Thank you. We're lucky that you viewed this, and we'll be back soon for another Coach's Corner.
Hey, get lucky.